I am not fighting two of you at once. Please leave me alone. I have much more important things to do. Just let me fight the same Seadramon over and over again. Just let me bully one of them like I do Fugamon. Hi, Seadramon! Time to die. Oh, this Seadramon didn't even want to fight. They're already at the point where they're like, please leave me alone. I want nothing to do with you. I know what you've done to my kind. I did not think that would hit Shoutmon. Very rude. Shoutmon, stop getting so close. You're going to get hit, you dummy. Man, we've already almost got Shoutmon at 2,000 on all of his stats. This is going a little bit faster than I thought it would. Look at how fast Healer goes up. It adds like every 4 steps adds like 40 HP. That's crazy.
Now then.
All right, eat up, eat up. Fugamon to Seadramon in a bar. First time.
Who's hungry? Come on, eat up.
First time getting bullied by that guy. That was 69 meat for a second there. Nice. Yeah, look, they don't even want to fight anymore, you dumb idiots.
That's how you do it.
You have no choice. Die for the sake of my progress.
It's working.
Drop a rock on him. Drop the rock on him. There you go.
Nice one.
What's the deal there? Kamikiku, thank you so much for the cheer. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for the support. Can I get like one of you to aggro? Not. Nope. Still both of them. Well, here we go.
That's the way. Right there.
Should still be fine though. Yeah, like I can't see this being an issue really. Use Wind Cutter, like they're weak to wind. Why did you switch and start hitting that one? Well, if you're gonna hit that one, Eden's Javelin it. I have 51 pokes to move over, huh? I should get those moved over.
I'm counting on you.
Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Oh, that game, dude, fighting 2 at once gives plus 7 HP and plus 7 MP to Shoutmon. Worth. Heavy worth. Bum, bada, bum, bum. How long has it been since Shoutmon Rebirth? Like about an hour? Been going for about an hour of having to get the grind going. That's probably to be expected. I've done a lot. I've done less training hall training this time around, but that's going to change in a little bit. We're going to train out after this day is over. We're going to train until Ophanimon rebirths. And then we'll keep using the training hall until Shoutmon digivolves to champion.
Right there. Nice, that's how you do it.
Bum, 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 bum. That's a rock. I want to know the soundbite they use for Seadramon. Is it actually an elephant? It sounds like an elephant, right? Like you would think it was an elephant. Stop telling me no go. Kill it. There we go. We should be, we're using like basically no items during all of this as well, so we should be, we're making like 300 bucks every kill. Oh,
Ready?
You're getting worn out. I forgot about that. Well, my 10 durability is 0? I used it up since when? When did I use it up? Oh, I didn't tell him to fix it because I didn't tell him to fix it because I saw he had the new one and I was going to buy the new one, but then I didn't have enough money for it. I forgot. But also at the same time, it got to 0? I didn't think I let it get all the way down to 0. That's weird. I didn't think it got down to 0. I thought it was still at like 2 or something. Alright, thank you. Alright, I think it's like super cheap to repair the tent anyway when it's at 0, so it doesn't even really matter. Wait, do I have 50k bits now after all those fights? Nope. They do only give 400 at a time, and I needed like 12k more, so obviously I wouldn't have enough. I have anything I can like sell? Sell this best meat? Instead of repairing the tent, I'd much rather just buy the new one. Even if it puts us really low on money. Because, like, we have not been using items at all. Like, we haven't needed to heal or anything during all this. Yeah, I'll sell, like, 2 of these to have enough. So we don't really need money right now. We don't need to buy healing items or anything. Give me the better tent. I'll buy it. It's yours. I'll take care of the old tent. Thank you. This is a true masterpiece, the ultimate. You'll need to contribute your design skill, though. What do you need? All right, yeah, so there's no better tent now. Awesome. Thank you. All right, very good, very good. I don't know why, but sometimes your tent will just use more than one durability. You were right. You should have been at 2 left, given you were at 3 the last time you used the tent, but that last time it straight up broke. That's super weird. I did not know that could happen. I don't ever remember experiencing that. It's really annoying, because I would have used the tent once there in Mod Cape, and then when I was done using... Oh, crud, I don't even have enough to fly to Mod Cape now, do I? No, I need like 300 more bit. Well, that's fine. I can sell 1 more medicine. But, I literally just needed it to have 1 more durability. If it just had 1 more, I would have, honestly, too, I would have used it twice, and then it broke, and then I would have been like, I would have bought the new one. But it's really annoying, because I would have rather have stayed at Mod Cape until it was, like, nighttime and then left. It's very strange. Whatever. Let's get back over to Mod Cape real fast, and, keep getting Shoutmon's stats up. And then once this day gets near the end, we will come back to town, cycle the day, and then we'll use the training hall until Ophanimon rebirths, and Shoutmon gets to champion. It's not random, it happens if you camp next to enemies. Oh, really? I guess that makes sense. I just never knew that. Did the game ever explain that to me and I just don't remember it? I had no idea that that's how it worked.
Way to go! Go for it!
Bum, ba, bum, bum. Explain it? No, of course not. All right.
It's working!
As long as it's the game's fault for not telling me and not my fault for not reading, that's fine. I can still say it was the game's fault and not my own. I mean, I don't really mind. It's not like a huge deal, and it kind of makes sense thematically. It was just weird. I wish the game would have told me, like, hey, that's what happened.
Keep your eyes open.
The game definitely doesn't explain it because I had no idea. I just knew that occasionally it would use more.
Right there.
It's a really weird mechanic to not tell you. Very strange. Hi, Seadramon. I'm very glad you guys are still giving me plus 26 to all my stats on Shoutmon. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't really know what Digimon I would go fight instead of you guys to get stat ups. To be completely real with you.
You're okay.
I guess? No, I really don't know. I was going to say something in Faulty Ex Machina, but like the War Growlmon are still too strong for Ophanimon to deal with.
Now's your chance.
I don't really think there's a better option than these Seadramon right now. Maybe something in Bony Resort. I don't know what, though.
Go for it. Go for it.
Rock!
Yeah, keep going. I'm counting on
Banana! I don't think the Toy Agumon in Bony Resort would give many stats. Maybe if you beat all 3 at once, but like, when I'm stat grinding, I don't want to have to fight more than 1 Digimon at a time, because then it's just going to take so much longer, you know? Only having one of my Digimon actually be, like, good for fighting it, and then, as that one Digimon has to beat 3 other Digimon, it just takes so long. The War Growlmon Orange are doable at 3k stats? Are they? I think they're still red tagged. Although I guess I haven't been near any of them recently. Maybe Ophanimon stats are higher than I realized compared to last time I looked at them. The Wizardmon up the hill in Bony Resort will give good stats and like 5k bits. Oh, that sounds pretty good, yeah. That's probably a good option.
I'm counting on you.
The worst thing about grinding against these Seadramon is when they hit you with the stun on the Mega that needs to be killing them. Goodbye. Bum, bum, bum. Look at these wondrous stats on our Shoutmon. Over 2,000 strength, 2,000 stamina, 2,100 wisdom, 2,300 speed. These guys are still giving 26 a pop. We might be able to get Shoutmon up to around 2,500 before he hits champion. And then if we do that, like, he'll get up to like 3K just from digivolving. Like the parameter boost from digivolving to champion and ultimate will take him up to 3K before he even hits mega.
Wow, good one.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Chaos check Digivolution? Why? I don't need to. There's no point. I already locked off Red Seadramon for Shoutmon, and
Go for it. That's how you do it.
Ophanimon hasn't rebirthed yet.
Way to go. All right.
You ran into that attack. No, you didn't. Never mind. What I was about to say was wrong. Bum, 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 bum. The worst part about grinding up this Shoutmon is that as soon as Shoutmon is, like, done, then Ophanimon's gonna rebirth, and we just get to do it all over again.
Now attack.
Right back from scratch. It really does, like, it takes too long to do this grind. I guess it isn't too bad from, like, a normal player's perspective. I mean, like, when you're Digimon Rebirth, it probably takes 2, maybe 3 hours to, like, get back to the point where it's like, hey, they're good and you can continue. Oh, Ophannimon's getting tired already. Okay. That works fine. You will rebirth overnight then, I think. Stat gain cap should have been a bit higher. I think it would be nice if the stat gain cap, like, got higher depending on, like, how many times you rebirthed or something. Like, if your Digimon is rebirthed for, like, the 5th time, then it's like, well, they've had to do this song and dance 5 times. What if now the stat gain cap is, like, 40 or something instead of 26? Because, like, they've already had to do this grind so much. You know? We can speed it up a little bit.
Let's go. Nice hit.
It's not the worst ever, because, you know,
Go.
it's really lame from a playthrough perspective, because it's like 2 or 3 hours of just doing the same thing over and over again. But from a normal player's perspective, like 2 hours isn't awful. But even then, I would get bored of it really fast. Like, I definitely, if I wasn't streaming, I would not be paying attention to this grinding at all. I would be watching another YouTube video, or like, I'd be watching Netflix or something while doing this in the background. Which is why in my original YouTube playthrough, that's what I did. I did all the grinding off screen. It's kind of satisfying to see the stat gains. Yeah, it would be just as satisfying to see the stat gains at a slightly expedited rate. I do think Wolfen has the best idea, is that the stat cap should have been higher. I think that the best way to have, like, kept this same style of, like, when your Digimon rebirths, you need to grind them up, if that's, like, an integral part that you want to keep in the game, which you kind of have to, because otherwise it would, that's just what the game is balanced around. They would have had to make the game completely different to do it differently. But I think the best thing to do is, like, after a certain amount of rebirths, like, the stat gain goes up. Like, it doesn't even have to be major. I think literally, like, if you just made it where every 2 times your Digimon, or no, that's not what I meant to say. Every time your Digimon rebirths, the parameter stat cap goes up by 2. So, like, this is, how many times has Shoutmon rebirthed? Like, 7 or 8 times, probably? This is probably, like, our 8th generation of Digimon. So, the stat cap would have gone up from 26 to being,
Nice one.
8 times 2, 16. It would have gone up to 42. So you would still be doing the same stat grind that I'm doing right now, but instead of getting 26 at the end of every fight, you'd get 42. You'd still have to do it the same way, where it's like you fight the Psychmon up to 1,000 stats, and then you fight the Vegemon up to like 1,500 or 1,600, and then you fight the Seadramon until you get to like 2,500, but it would go like almost twice as fast.
Great.
I think that would be the best way to do it. Alright, Wolfen, let's not get crazy. always have the best idea. That's going a little crazy. I guess there would be, like, a bit of a problem of, like, maybe you're, maybe the player could try and, like, abuse it by killing, like, purposefully getting their Digimon to die in Rebirth over and over again until the stat cap got really high. But maybe in that case, you could make it where, like, you only get that bonus if your Digimon, like, hit Ultimate or hit Mega. I feel like hit Mega is a little too restrictive because it takes a while to get to Megas for the first time. But, like, if you made it where, like, every time your Digimon hits Ultimate or every time your Digimon hits Mega and then it rebirths after hitting Mega, like, the stat cap gain goes up by 2 or 3, the parameter stat cap, to where, like, instead of 26 here, I would be, if it only happened every time you hit Mega, I've hit Mega 2 or 3 times, it would be up to, like, 32. And even that is, like, a big difference. Like, every single time I've gotten a stat up, if I got an extra +6 on top of that, I mean, like, just imagine how many times I've finished a fight and gotten this stat gain. I would have gained, like, an extra, probably, like, an extra 300 to my stats or something like that. It would be a big difference. If you get training failures, the stat cap gain would go lower. Yeah, that could fix it. That would kind of clash a little bit with Mega level Digimon that need training failures, because, you know, like, some of the Dark Digimon, like, Beelzemon needs training failures and stuff like that. That'd be a little, it might be a little rough with that, but, something akin to that. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's not gonna change, but, if they did something like that in the next World game, if they ever make another World game, which I'm sure they will at some point, hopefully, I would greatly appreciate it. Just to, like, you know, I'm not saying take out the grind completely from the game, because it is a bit of an integral part with World. That's how World 1 and Next Order have always been. You know, it's kind of like how it works. But if you could just make it a little less tedious for me, I would really appreciate it. Did this idiot just say he doesn't like meat? You're a dragon. Shut up.
Time to eat.
The closer your Digimon is to death, the lower the stat cap becomes. There's a peak moment in their life where stat gains are at its maximum. Yeah, that could also work well. There are, like, honestly, the fact that we've already come up with so many different ways they could have done it, and literally each of those ways would be better than the way it is now, makes me a little upset that it's not like that. Like, all of these ideas are, like, reasonable. Implementing any of those would make the grind less tedious. We have at least gotten Shoutmon to minimum 2300 in all of his stats before Ophanimon rebirths, which is fantastic. Bandai should hire us. Bandai should hire me and all of my chat. I agree. Absolutely.
I'm counting on you.
Chat, I'm pretty excited for this weekend. The next week and a half or 2 weeks for me are gonna be crazy busy. I'm going to be streaming this Thursday, by the way, if anyone doesn't know. I'm going to be streaming the FF7R Integrate on Thursday, because that's the day it comes out. I don't want to wait a day to stream it. Also, because Ratchet & Clank comes out Friday, so if I play FF7 on Thursday, I can play Ratchet & Clank on Friday. But, like, man, I'm going to be playing FF7R on Thursday, and then Ratchet & Clank on Friday, and then Saturday we're not doing Toontown, because I'm going to be playing more FF7R, and also Slyro is going to be gone. Then Sunday will probably be more Ratchet and Clank and, like, Mass Effect. And, by the way, this Friday is not going to be Digimon. I was going to mention that at the end of stream. I'll go ahead and mention it now. No Digimon this Friday because I'm going to be doing Ratchet and Clank instead because it releases that day. But we will get back to Digimon next Tuesday. So there's going to be a week break on Digimon streams, unfortunately. But, you know, new games coming out. I want to play them. I've been hearing a lot of really good stuff. Oh, dude, we only got 23 speed on Shoutmon there, so I guess the Seadramon start to cap out around 2700. But I am really excited for the new Ratchet and Clank game. Like, all the trailers I saw at, like, the PlayStation events looked amazing. The trailers and stuff did. I've been hearing nothing but praise for it on Twitter. Like, some people have already, like, you know, reviewers have already gotten early copies, and, like, all I'm hearing are people praising it. Like, it's a great show of what the PlayStation can do. It's a good Ratchet and Clank game. Like, it stays faithful to it, which I've never played any Ratchet and Clank games, but I know Ratchet and Clank games are well liked, so.